Which group
Thank
is
you again for hosting this, Dr. Goodman. We always love to hear from you. You've been a big supporter for our students at Midwestern Arizona and just across the country. And we love you just making everything really clear and transparent for all the dental students that just aren't aware of what's going on in the industry. So take it away.
awesome? Well, Kenny, you're an awesome guy. I'm really grateful to be here. We're going to talk about avoiding WTF, why these fail associate positions, why these fail. Super grateful, guac level gratitude for you inviting me, Kenny, to be able to share with you guys and hopefully have some type of impact on your career, your happiness, your reducing the number of times you feel like crying inside throughout your career is really meaningful to me. And people remember the first thing you say and the last thing you say. So this is the first thing I want to say to you. The best advice I can give to anyone sitting in dental school right now, especially those about to go into the real world of dentisting, is this.
Before signing an associate contract, what should dentists do? Really good advice. For more advice like this, text SURVIVE to 215.
I'll give you guys some other text codes. That's me and my daughter. Hire a dental focused attorney to look at. Is everyone paying attention? Are you paying attention in this moment? Raise your hand if you're paying attention. This is a super important part about what I'm going to say. Perfect. TT's raising his hand. Have a dental focused attorney review every contract you sign. Associate agreement, asset purchase agreement, letter of intent for a practice, partnership agreement. We do not understand attorney language. We think we understand it, but an attorney could read how to bond a tooth. Attorney could read how to do an implant restoration, but they would not know what those words meant. And the same thing happens to us. And I get many DMs in my phone from people in the real world of dentistry. They start off like this, Kenny. Is this normal, Dr. Nacho? And then there's 17 lines of text. How many times have you opened up a text message or a DM on Instagram or Facebook from someone you didn't know and seen 17 sentences and have it be good news? Trick question, never good news. So these amazing, awesome dentists, just like you a couple of years ago, the biggest thing they do to burn their nachos is not have a dental focused attorney review their contract. In life, nothing bad happens if you have a dental focused attorney review your contract. They may look at your contract and say, hey, there's a few adjustments we don't want to make, dial down the restrictive covenant, change this language here, but this is a pretty good contract. Awesome. Or they may say there's 14 red flags and we haven't got to page 2 yet. Even more important. So how many of you are thinking, I might not be able to afford a dental focused attorney. It might be too expensive for me. Raise your hand if you think it might be too expensive for you. So I want to share with you, you are sitting right now in one of the most expensive dental schools on planet Earth. So you figured out a way to get there. And I know you got some loans to get there and you'll be able to pay back those loans. You can ask me questions about that later, but you've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in your career. Please invest $750 to $1,500 into protecting that career. Here's a story that should scare you. My job is to scare you, to aware you, to be responsibly concerned. I was in Miami at the Fontainebleau at my brother's 40th birthday party. I was up at dad o'clock, like 6 a.m. They had all gone out to clubs. I did not go out to those clubs. So I was drinking coffee at dad hours, and I got a message from a Temple dental student who said, hey, Paul, my DSO is asking me to do this. And what they were asking her to do is illegal, immoral, unethical. It was important for her to leave that job as soon as possible. Remember, when you leave a bad job, you are now unemployed. So one of the reasons why it's tough to leave bad jobs is because your employment, the money that you make, is tied to that job. So I said to her, why didn't you get a dental focused attorney to review your contract? I said, Paul, I really couldn't afford it. I said, should have asked your parents, should have worked on the weekends, should have put it on a credit card, because she would not have taken this job if a dental focused attorney had looked at her contract. And I also want to share with you, if anybody wants to start their video and make me and Kenny less lonely, you're welcome to. I'd love to see you face to face, but if just me and KT hanging out face to face, I can handle that too. So some of you say, oh, I can't afford a dental focused attorney. I don't have the money. But then I spend time on Instagram and I go on Instagram stories and I see, Joey, that you're in Cancun. And I go, Are they giving out free trips to Cancun now? Is Cancun free? I see you guys having $25 drinks at bars, which is awesome. Keep doing that. But please make a dental focused attorney fund. Please do not sign a contract without having a dental focused attorney review it. I one time did not have the right attorney review one of our practice purchases, cost me at least $50,000. So you remember the first thing I'm going to say? You're going to remember the last thing I'm going to say. That's the first thing I want to say to you. Get a dental to review every contract you sign in your professional career. When I had the opportunity to give the ASDA keynote speech, I did a lot of what I wished I learned before I became a real dentist for my community. So here are some I wishes. This is really good advice. So when you go ask someone a question, a dad, a parent, a practice owner, someone that you trust, someone that you admire, say to them, what do you wish you did different? What do you wish someone told you sooner? That's the question that makes people think. When someone says to me, do I like being a dentist? It's a hard question to say, no, you know what, Joey, it's really brutal sometimes. I like it, but if you say, what do I wish I did different in my career? What do I wish I did different when I was a new parent? What do I wish I did different when I was a new associate? Great to ask. So I asked my community for this. I wish I knew how to negotiate non-compete clauses. Non-compete should only be for the office you primarily work at. So who here thinks there's a good chance your first job will be with a DSO? Raise your hand. I should hopefully see 50% or more that hands go up, because that's usually the offices that are most willing to employ brand new grads, not the only ones. I know you go to an awesome school. You're going to see one of your classmates from a couple of years ago in this presentation, if we make it that far. But DSOs often own more than one location. So sometimes your non-compete will not just be at the one location you work at. It will be at the 8 offices that DSO owns. I am not pro DSO, con DSO. I work with DSOs. There's good DSOs. There's challenging DSOs. There's good private practice owners. There's challenging private practice owners. If you are here at the Midwestern lecture because of your friend Kenny, I care most about helping you, not protecting the reputation of a dental school, not helping a DSO, not helping a private practice owner, helping you survive and thrive. So you can take pictures of any slides. Highly recommend you do that. Favorite them in your phones. So here's another thing about being successful. I wish I signed up for a sales course to teach the art of closing and how to help patients remove roadblocks to their treatment plan. So who here are there any sales courses at Midwestern? How to sell a treatment plan, how to talk about money, how to help patients move forward. Raise your hand if you've taken a course like that. Well, this is a transformative moment in your lives. You cannot help any patients unless they pay for the treatment. You cannot help anyone in your office unless they pay. With the small exception in my office of 2 to 3 totally free cases we do a year for Halo and Donated Dental. Every single other person in our office pays from a cleaning to a giant implant case. So you need to be comfortable talking about money in a caring way, understanding conflict. How many of you have bought something in the last 30 days that you're really glad you bought? If you could put it in the chat, I would love it. A car, a trip, a new pair of cool glasses, Joey, clothes, anything like that. What is something that you have purchased in the last 30 days that you're glad that you purchased? You can put that in while I'm talking. So what's amazing to me is that dentists know patients benefit from the dental care that they can deliver. We know this. We know it helps them chew. We know it helps them be healthier. We know it helps them be happier. Yet we're so weird about talking about money. We got CE, a jacket, a coffee maker. So you have all of these things that you've invested in, and you're glad someone created the opportunity for you to buy that, to be a warmer person, Kenny. I love coffee, David. 2 new coffee makers up there. CE, Nicholas, I would love to know what CE you invested in so I could learn too. So when you look at a patient, when I look at a potential client to sell a practice, when I look at someone to share a CE course for dental nachos, I think about 2 things. So these are the most important 2 things that you can think about to be a successful associate and practice owner and dentist and person. Here are the 2 questions. Yeah, Strupp and Brum, they're great, those guys. Here are the 2 questions. Is the thing I'm talking about going to help the person? Is the thing I'm talking about going to help the person? Is the thing I'm talking about going to help the person? A crown, a filling, an extraction, an implant, a denture that hopefully does not flop around like a fish on the side of a boat and has implants attached to it. But is the thing I'm talking about going to help someone? Yes, then be proud to share and sell it. Be proud to share and sell help. Dental school makes us so weird about this. Do you want to know why dental school is really, really weird? I like someone's name in here, TT. That's a good like alliteration there. Todd Taysom. You want to know why dental school is really weird about this? Dental school got you to pay $600,000 to go to dental school. That's pretty good. Good job, dental school. Good job talking about money. Maybe teach the people who you are training to talk about money, because if you don't get this right, you can live a totally miserable dental life. Financial problems, fun problems, morale problems. So be proud to share and sell help is what I teach people. Now, I don't know if any of you guys know Darcy. Darcy's awesome. These are the people who came to my C. Darcy's right here in the middle. She's a new practice owner. Who here thinks this sounds like a pretty good post-dental school life? Raise your hand. Graduate from a GPR. Pretty sure she had a GPR. Associate at a practice for a couple of years. Buy out the owner of the practice exactly where you want to live and take over as the owner. That's Darcy, okay? That's Darcy. 1 year into owning the practice, Darcy got up, walked out of the office, drove to her orthodontist office and said, I may not want to be a practice owner anymore. It's way too stressful. I hate it, okay? So imagine someone telling you all your dreams have come true and then you kind of hate your dreams. Does that sound like it kind of stinks, Joey? Does that sound like it stinks? Zach, Easton, you guys got good names here, really good names. So Darcy came to me and said, what should I do, Paul? I said, you got to get a coach. You got to get help. She hired a coach. Genevieve Poppy changed her life. Now she knows how to manage the people, doesn't make it easy for her. Running a dental practice, please remember this, is like running a dental circus where the animals don't try to eat you, just slowly annoy you to death. That is what running a dental circus is like. It's awesome and it's aggravating. Who on this call, on this Zoom, has a child that lives in their house that they co-own with somebody? Anyone, any children? Okay, good, Easton. Is being a parent awesome? Yes. Is it aggravating? Yes. Is it exhausting? Yes. Is it annoying? Yes. Is it amazing? Yes. It's the same as being a practice owner. Here's one of the problems with being a practice owner. Being a practice owner is like being the parent of a 4-year-old child that never grows up for the entire time you own the practice. It's up, it's down, it has surprises. 4-year-olds are great. They show off. Mine was dancing. People say, look at this cute 4-year-old. Then no joke, before this Zoom call, she refused to walk into our apartment, lying on the ground outside of our apartment, refusing to come in because her sister had said something that she didn't like. So your dental practice, you don't get a handle on how to manage that circus. It doesn't matter if you are good at crown prep. So how does this fit with being an associate? Look to role model, or look to see in your, wherever you're an associate, learn what you want to do, learn what you don't want to do, learn what you manage, how you admire how that practice owner manages and runs the team, or problems that they have. So Darcy, right there in the center, I said, Darcy, what would you say to people who are graduating dental school that it's just the beginning, you aren't done, you have lots more to learn. They do a great job teaching structure and foundational knowledge, but you need to continue to invest in yourself. One of the things that's tough, and I get it, is you feel like you're in debt, but the more you're in debt and the more you invest in CE, the faster you get out of debt and the happier that you are. The faster you get out of debt and the happier that you are. One of the biggest problems that I see with new dentists is the reluctance to invest in CE that matters to them. Matters to their success, fundamental restorative dentistry, communication skills. Why shouldn't you take a course on sleep? Why shouldn't you invest $30,000 in sleep apnea, Kenny? Because nobody's trusting you to do sleep apnea. You do not look like, you're not going to walk in there at the age of 27 and be like, hey, 80-year-old, you don't like your CPAP? I'm going to make you a sleep apnea device. Nope, it's not going to happen. But what will happen is say, hey, I'm Dr. Joey. I'm the one here who does extraction bone grafts. Our awesome practice owner, he refers those to me. I'd be glad to remove your tooth and preserve it with bone. So take CE, communication skills, treatment plan acceptance, fundamental restorative dentistry, extraction bone graft, and simple implants, possibly endo where you are. So pick CE that aligns with associate goals that make sense. I have multiple awesome new associates that work with me. Fundamental restorative dentistry, removing teeth, extraction bone grafts, what to do. But I want to share with you guys, I'm older than you. Dental school didn't cost as much as it did when I went to school. So a lot of older dentists, who feels that older dentists, older than me, don't understand how much debt you have? They say, I had debt, but it was like $8, right? So I show this at lectures to help everybody get on the same page. And this is what it's like to deal with debt as a new dentist.
Go.
Okay, this is a dentist who graduated in the 1990s with debt. Oh, it's manageable. A little tough, but manageable. All right, off 1990s debt. Next, 2000s debt. In the purple. Oh, this is my generation. Not easy, but the cost to go to dental school, probably at the high end, $200,000. Okay, off 2010 debt, green sweatshirt. Oh man, dental school pricing has gotten doubled, even though new grads are making the same. Dentist income is stagnant. Okay, 2020 debt. Everybody on here.
Oh,
Next. Good. Good. Drew, can you get on?
Drew, get on the back. Get on the back.
Okay. Hold on, Drew. There's 2020.
So that's you guys. That's what the debt feels like. And it doesn't mean you're not going to pay the debt. But when you wake up and you have $600,000 or $700,000 in dental student debt, it affects your morale. It affects you mentally. So make a plan about it. One of our sponsors, Student Loan Planner, will help you break down how to pay off your debt. Some of these things don't make sense financially. So one of the most dangerous things you could do is pay off your debt too quickly. Does anyone know why it's dangerous to pay off your debt too quickly? You could type it in the chat. You could share it. I'm also going to ask a question in the chat here for you guys to respond to if you can. Does anyone know why it's dangerous to your practice ownership dreams to pay off your debt too quickly? Yep. No working capital, losing out on capital. Yep. You want to have $50,000 or more in liquid assets, non-retirement assets, money that you can touch in a day. So there are stories. Rob Montgomery, does anyone listen to the Dental Amigos, my podcast? It's totally free. I know you guys like that. And it breaks down all the steps of business. So the dentalamigos.com, great thing to listen to, talks about all about the business dentistry buy-ins. Young female dentist lived in her parents' basement, same story, paid off all of her debt, wanted to buy a practice, didn't have any money saved, and was not a good risk to the bank. So it is important that you pay off your debt in a way that makes sense. In working with Student Loan Planner, I'm going to share with you, I'm not a debt expert, I'm not a loan expert. If you make $200,000 a year and you have $300,000 in debt, from what I could tell, it makes sense to try to put a plan together to pay that debt off in full. If you make $150,000 a year and you have $750,000 in debt, there are other programs like Repay and iPay that may make more sense to not pay it off as quickly as possible. Please don't take 45-year-old guy who calls himself Dr. Nacho's word for it. Please do a consult with a student loan planner. You guys can text me or email me. They are definitely Nacho sponsors and awesome. So is anyone living their dream here tonight? I'm not. I'm only here because my primary dream failed. I wanted to play professional basketball in the NBA. But when you grow to this size and have this speed, you got to get different dreams. That was me shooting a three-point shot. But I was really, really good at shooting three-point shots. but I know us dental people, even dental students, we don't believe anyone. We go to dental school as fun, bright, open-minded people. Then the dental school takes our brain and mangles it into this total non-trusting mess. So I'm going to give you guys a case study of me being able to make a 3-point shot and deliver some value along the way. If I knock down this NBA length 3, all practice owners and DSOs are going to agree to pay their associates some type of income guarantee, because it is totally nacho nuts to expect your associates to work for free. So let me share the value part. We have multiple general dental associates. We have a surgical prosthodontist, a periodontist, an endodontist, and a general dentist that just does extractions in our office. Each one of those dentists have an income guarantee no matter what. They don't work fully on commissions. The way this income guarantee works, I'm like, hey, Kenny, you want to work with me 200 days a year at Dr. Nacho's House of Dentistry in Guap, good name for a practice. No matter what, Kenny, in those 200 days, you're going to make $120,000. You're going to be paid as an employee. You're going to be expected to work 9 to 4, total W-2 employee. No matter what, Kenny, you can make 120 grand. Now, we hope that you make more. So at the end of the year, if you collect $600,000, Kenny, we're going to pay you a third of that. That's $200,000. So if on the last day of the year, you leave, retire, and become a high-level break dancer, I owe you a check for $80,000. Is everyone follow that story? Kenny gets paid 120 no matter what. Last day of the year, I go, here's 80K, okay, to square up. Same story, Joey. For whatever reason, we weren't as busy as we thought. Patients didn't accept treatment. You only collect $300,000, and that's $100,000. And you leave at the end of the year. You keep your 120. You don't owe me the 20. Draw is not a good word to hear in the contract. I'm a big team person. I like basketball. I like all these entrepreneurial-based teamwork books and podcasts. I just don't think it's a really good idea to make one person on your team, the associate, only get paid if the office makes money. You pay your front desk, you pay your hygienist, you pay your assistant no matter what, we pay our associates no matter what. That being said, you're going to run across a lot of commission-based jobs. So it's up to you to whether they make sense. But why do you think practice owners pay on commission? I want to put in the chat. Why do they say, hey, well, we're really busy here. You eat what you kill. You hum PPO class 2s. We're going to pay you 35%. The last associate made $300K. It's no big deal, right? Cheaper, spectacular cheapness. And they want to put all the risk on you, So let's see if I make this 3-point shot. Let's see how it goes. Oh, still can't knock it. I'm practicing for the senior MBA. There's a senior MBA. I'm leaving all this and I'm going to that. So be patient with your patients and magic can happen. I talk a lot about your dental core. I'm going to give you all codes to watch as much of our stuff as you want. One of my biggest concepts is your dental core, your mind skills, your hand skills, your word skills, and your heart skills. Dental school does not teach enough about patient communication, treatment planning skills, business skills. They teach a lot of clinical stuff, but they leave out important parts of your core. I am a kid of the 80s and the 90s. All we did was bench press. That was it. You had people bench press and bicep curls. You had guys walking around with chicken legs, giant biceps. It was ridiculous. Now people do all of these core building activities. So this is one of my patients. It took me 3 years to kindly annoy her into reminding her how much dental implants were going to help her. So 3 years, I said, hey, Janice, what about those implants? What about those implants that hold in your denture? Finally, you say, you know what, Dr. Paul, I'm doing the implants. Let's see how it turned out for her.
Okay, guys, we're here with Dr. An and Janice, one of our favorite patients. She just got her new implant overdenture. And Janice, could you pop that out for us to take a look at? So these are on the upper. Nice nails, Janice. I like them. Good. And can you show us that there? Nice. So it's U-shaped. There's no palate, not like this denture over here. Traditional denture, which we have given Janice as a backup. But the advantage is here.
So if you want to change your life in the most amazing way, you all should listen right now, no matter how tired, exhausted, annoyed, busy, want to watch White Lotus, want to watch some TV show, want to watch Ted Lasso on season 3. I'd like to watch that. This will change your life if you listen and do it. If you listen and don't do it, you'll have the knowledge. If you listen and do it, it will change your life in the best way forever. Make more videos. Make more videos. Pick up iPhone, record things, get HIPAA consent for your patients, but you can use them as training tools, teaching schools tools, patient communication tools. This video right here on YouTube has over 6,000 views with me and Janice. I can use it to do Facebook ads and bring in people to talk about implants. I can train my new assistants as to what's the difference between a regular denture and an implant overdenture. But it all starts with making more videos.
Are that there is no palate, doesn't cover the roof of the mouth, snaps into place, and you can pop it back in for us, Janice. Awesome. And what are you going to have for your first meal with your new implant denture? Nachos?
Pizza.
Pizza? I like that too. All right, thanks, Janice.
So I make things fun in the operatory because dentistry is also super annoying. I actually came from a haircut with the moderator now. Nobody asks if their insurance covers what gets done at a hair salon. They're wearing capes, they're drinking wine. They don't care how much it costs. So us dentists, I said this to their stylist today. I said, it's really annoying to be a dentist because they never hear how much does my haircut PPO cover. So this is what it feels like to be a dentist. You signed up for this. You're here. Who has seen the amazing play Hamilton? Raise your hand. Lin-Manuel Miranda, okay? Guy's an international treasure. He should be protected at all times. He's one of the best people we got going on earth. They do Hamilton every day. People pay all this money every day to see the same show every day, over and over and over. I've seen it twice on Broadway style shows. I've seen it at least 15 times on Disney Plus. Kenny, I know what's coming next when Thomas Jefferson sings. Every time I know what's coming next. And I want to see it again. Brings me joy. Well, guess what? What we do? Exact opposite of that. It's a Broadway play that you do every day that nobody wants to see or pay for. So if you don't infuse fun and you don't infuse things that will make you happier as the dentist, it's like doing full contact arts and crafts on people that don't want to be there. It's sometimes awesome, sometimes annoying, and all the time exhausting. So what does it look like to win this game? It looks like this. So during the pandemic, this person came in. How does this help you as an associate? The more videos you take, the more confidence people will have in you. When you go, oh, hey, if I was like, hey, Joey, sign up for a Super Dentist Boost this summer, it's $2,500. You're going to love it. I'm 100% right. You're going to love it. You should you should put on your credit card, but you don't trust me so far. You think it's a lot of money. But if I say, hey, Joey, there's someone just like you that took it. Jane, let's watch a video of her and what she said about Super Dentist Boost. She said, I didn't know how awesome this was going to be. I now feel confident in owning a dental practice and talking to patients. You'd sign up. Well, it's the same thing for us guys with patients. So when you're an associate, no one trusts you. Why doesn't anyone trust you when you're an associate? I'll tell you a few answers, okay? You can type them in the chat. You look young. You look like you don't know what you're doing because you don't know what you're doing. The other dentists in the office have a lot more confidence in how they present themselves. So yeah, baby age dentist, exactly. So the more videos you have, the more confidence you have with patients and also with the people that you're interviewing for. So you're here, these 24 people are here, and I know people watch this on demand. So who would like to get a job where they feel supported, enjoy it, and make as much money as possible as an associate? Okay, everyone into that? Raise your hand. Good, you're all into that. Make a BTL video about yourself, a bring to life video. Make it, put it on YouTube, caption it. It should be 45 seconds. I'll do one for you right here on this Zoom. If I was applying for a job with myself next year, this is what I would say. I would take my phone. It doesn't have to be fancy. I'm a big fan of this guy, Sebastian Maniscalco, the comedian. He's like, why are these people taking videos with like plates of chicken wings on their toilets behind them, right? So clear out your old trash behind you, but just get in a place that looks nice and say, Hi, my name is Dr. Paul Goodman. I graduated from Penn Dental School and I did a general practice residency at Albert Einstein. I learned to place and restore implants and also do all phases of restorative dentistry. I'm looking for an associate position in the Philadelphia area, and I would love to meet you. You can reach out to me at 267-896-1942 or email me at paul@dentalnachos.com. I would love for you to call or text me at 267-896-1942. I'm looking for an awesome associate position. I think I could be a fantastic part of your practice. If you got that video as a practice owner, raise your hand if you think I would be an awesome candidate to work with you. I didn't show one case. I didn't show one emergence profile. I didn't show one root canal. I just showed myself and my face. So I'm done applying for jobs in dentistry. You guys are not. I already own my dental circus, but I'm not done trying to help people move forward with good ideas. Move forward with good ideas is another word for sell. To Sell is Human by Daniel Pink is one of the best books. I would recommend listening. I recommend you download it tonight, pay the $19, listen to Sell is Human by Daniel Pink, because this is the type of things that have helped me do stuff like this. During the pandemic, this patient came in. It was pretty miserable during the pandemic. I did a fixed hybrid case, staying all the time teeth over 10 years ago. I say, get in the chair. I want to take a video for my morale. This video is perfect. It's not fancy. It's captioned so people can read it. And I ask him the questions to bring out the story to other patients like me. Let's watch this 1 minute. Hey, dentists and friends, it's Paul, Dr. Nacho. I'm sitting with one of my favorite people and patients on earth. We did a full mouth implant case back in 2008 when I was only a 31-year-old dentist. Came in today to get it for us to look at it. It looks awesome. Life-changing impact of dental implants. I'm going to ask Rick, what has been the best part of having these teeth?
Oh, I could smile anytime I want, and I can eat anything I want, and they feel like my real teeth.
Hey, dentists and friends, it's Paul, Dr. Nacho. I'm sitting with one of my favorite dentists. Came in awesome. Rick, what has been the best part of having these teeth?
Oh, I could smile anytime I want, and I can eat anything I want, and they feel like my real teeth.
That's just so cool. And if someone So you copy me. What's the best part of having these teeth? If they let you do this at Midwestern, I don't know what the HIPAA rules are. Don't violate HIPAA. Dental schools hate me enough already. Don't say, oh, hey, Paul Goodman said I should just take videos in this school. I ain't saying that. Get the rules. But if you were in the real world or that you do it, say, hey, what's been the best part about having these crowns? It doesn't have to be so fancy. Oh, my teeth felt fragile before. Now I can chew. Best part. Then call out the expense. I say, hey, Rick, tell my other patients, what if the expense wasn't worth it? What would you tell them? Saying, my patients, they're not going to go for it because it's too expensive. Was the financial investment for you worth it?
Oh, without a doubt, 100%. I would do it again if I had to.
So my question to you is, and really tell me honestly, because I know I ask a lot of questions where I feel like I'm leading you. I'd love to be challenged. Who authentically thinks I'm a better dentist because they saw what Rick had to say? Who thinks that this guy knows what he's doing inside and outside, inside his operatory? Raise your hand from what Rick had to say about me. Because here's the key. You put it at arm's length away. Kenny, you want to come to Super Dentist Boost? I'm going to show you Miles. I ain't going to tell you how good it is, Kenny. I invented Super Dentist Boost. I'm going to tell Miles, the person who went, Miles is going to say, you know what, Kenny, I didn't know what I didn't know about owning a practice. It was well worth the weekend in investment. So when you put it an arm's length away to someone who can give you a testimonial, that's the magic. We all know, I mean, who here's dating, trying to find their soulmate? Some of you guys are, right? When you go on a date and the person tells you how good they are, it's kind of obnoxious, right? But if their friend says they're good, you go, oh, that person's good. It's the same info from different person's mouths. So when you're the dentist, it's not that they don't trust you. It just sounds different when you say an implant's great, veneers are great, clear aligners are great. If you have a patient who you've helped that can say that for you over and over again on video, that helps you as a new dentist or any age dentist get patients to say yes. So I would love to do this for 4 hours, but I know we're just going to do this for about an hour. I have more time than this. But every time you speak to somebody and you give a presentation, and this has to do inside your operatory tomorrow, you have to deliver what's called an empowerment promise. An empowerment promise is, Okay, I think someone else trying to get in, but I don't know if I can see that. An empowerment promise is what you're going to deliver to the person listening. So what I'm doing for you, and I have done for you already without you even realizing, is I want to help you cry less, smile more, and not let anyone teach you guys how to keep score. What that means is get a dental focused attorney to review your contract so you don't cry inside. Take videos of your patients so you and your patients can smile more. How many times have I mentioned how much money you're going to make as a dentist? 0 times so far. I have alluded to the debt that you put yourself in to get here, but keeping score with money is the dumbest way to keep score. I'm a big fan of this guy, Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary, I'm not sure you've heard of him. It's like one of my idols. He knows people that have run companies at $5 million and been thrilled. They grow their company to $15 million and they're miserable. Making more money does not equate to more happiness, and not but it is nice to make as much money as possible for working. Dental hours. Anyone have a dog that lives in their house? I do. Dental hours are dog year hours. So when you're inside your dental life as an associate or practice owner, patient-centered care comes first, production comes second, because you need to make money to stay in business. You need to make money to be able to pay your rent. Always the patient first, close behind it is being profitable. How to be profitable is to get patients to say yes to the care that you enjoy delivering and is profitable. Videos help with that. Patient communication helps with that. And I know some of you are going to buy that book, right, for 19 bucks, but put dentistry aside. Have you guys heard a lot of Zoom lectures so far? Raise your hand if you've heard a lot of Zoom lectures over the pandemic. I was lots. Raise your hand if you've noticed that you're a little more engaged in my lecture than you are in past lectures. Your brain is paying more attention tonight than it has. It's all a technique. A technique is another word for trick. I'm in my own, I can show you at the end. I'm in my high rise in a workspace talking to myself. There's no people here. It's very weird to do this. But the way I've learned to do this is through things like this video, How to Speak by Patrick Winston, how to deliver a message, vary your tone, tell a story, use humor. These are all things to get people to pay attention to the words coming out of your face. I do it because I truly want to help you. If it doesn't help, it doesn't matter. And of course, and I would love for you to become fans of what I do. So maybe you come to an event a year from now. Maybe you do come to Super Dentist Boost. You have patients, you need them to listen to you on the exam part, so then they move forward with doing the crown or the implant. When you are at a dental office as an associate, if you do not get treatment plan acceptance, you're not going to stay at that office for very long. Why? I got a good question for you guys. Why do all the most annoying, difficult patients see the new associate? There's 2 reasons. Why do the most annoying, difficult patients see the new associates? There's 2, and I gave you the answer on it. Why did the most annoying and new patients see the associates? 1, you see a lot of new patients, and new patients can be interesting. You see a lot of new patients, and new patients can be interesting. The others already, we already know the other ones, so we pass them on. It's really, they're the ones willing to see you most of the time. If we have I was in your shoes. If I have relationships with patients that are only want to see me and have done a lot of work on, it's not the easiest to get them to the new associate, but it's really easy for me to have the associate see new patients when they don't know anyone. So it's not easy to start out. So working on your communication game is super important. Another I wish here, I know we have about 15 minutes. I wish I found the right group of accountants, attorneys, business coaches, and mentors sooner. Take a picture of that, build your team. I'm going to give you resources to help build your team, but build your team for people who can advise you in the biggest decisions. So don't skip doing this. Take a picture. I put together resources, accountants, attorneys, advisors, all that are involved with Dental Nachos. Some of them are sponsors. It's a list of who can help you not burn your nachos. Just text this burn to this number, text burn to 215-798-9897, and you will get all of them. from the disability insurance specialist, which I hope you're connecting with as soon as possible as a D3 or D4, dental focused accountants, financial planners, dental focused attorneys. It's so key you know who to go to. Who's a D4 out there? Raise your hand. I know there's some. And keep it up if you need a dental focused attorney for your contract. Well, here's one that can help you. If you don't use this one, you could find a different one, but these are the people you need to connect with to protect you at every stage of your career, but especially early. I also put all of our on-demand content into one platform you can watch on your phone. So has anyone watched any of our Nacho on-demand CE, crown preps, cosmetic dentistry, implants, patient communication, social media for dentists? We've put it all in this platform and you can watch it for 30 days for free. It's more than what I can deliver in 60 minutes here at Midwestern. But I've had dental students watch how to do fast. Who would like to do a crown prep faster to get their patient out of the chair and still do a good job? Who out there would say, hey, I was like, it's on here. There are dentists that will break it down for you. Just get the platform. If you don't want to sign up again, there's a crazy, amazing student discount. You want to sign up for a year for like $29, but it's totally free for 30 days. Watch that stuff and then apply it to what you're doing next. Endo, extractions, case presentation, it's all there for you. So I want to just go to one thing here, but as I do this, if anybody wants to start their video, they can ask me a question or just type in a question. I'm here talking to myself in this random room. So I have 9 minutes left, Kenny, or what's our time here? Did I lose Kenny? Oh, Kenny's with you. Hey, Jenny. Okay, Joey. So I think I have 9 minutes left, but I can stay later if you guys want to ask more questions. But I want to make sure, remember the first thing I say, always get a dental focused attorney to review your contract. Any contract, very important. I'm going to get to the last thing, which is going to be equally important in a very different way. But before I get to that, okay, cool. So we can do a few more extra questions. So is the associate position a car or a boat? I'm really well known for this. A car is a need, a boat is a want. Car is a need, a boat is a want. There are 5 questions to ask on every associate interview. Why are they looking for an associate? What procedures are you going to do most of the time? How will I be compensated? Where is the position? What fun things are there to do in the area? Why, what, how, where, fun. What is the best reason? Raise your hand if you want to know the best reason the office needs an associate. I will tell you the absolute best reason why they need it. You hear this is great. Their current full-time associate got into perio. That happened to us. I told one of our associates to become a periodontist. She listened and she left. She had a full schedule, track record of production. We had paid her. Replacing an associate for a good reason. True need. The office is very busy. It's a want. I will share this with you because my hope is things that I do here as a 45-year-old on March of 2023. I hope someone's watching this 10 years from now. It's going to be the same answer. Busy's a feeling, not a fact. I think that's what Dr. Phil had said. Feelings not fact. If you're the first associate hired at the office, it's an orange flag. It's a caution flag. Because if you're the first associate being hired because they feel busy or they want to expand, they don't truly know if they need one. And those often can go sideways. Burnt nachos, not all the time, but if they don't know. Owner retiring is not bad, but that one is, I would put down a little further on Family Feud because the owner retiring can cause a lot of emotional upheaval in the office, replacing an associate for a good reason. So my hope is that that had impact on you because the first, oh, this is what you say. And also don't be weird about how you talk because you're all weird. You want to know why you're weird? We're all weird. We went to school to be professionally weird. Does anyone have friends who are attorneys or in business or in HR or are working? Who is a friend out there? Say 3 years out of college, you talk to them all the time and they're like, they're normal. You want to know why? While you were burning yourself in a basement with hot wax with a bunch of other weirdos like you, They were out networking. They were out at 11 p.m. drinking a glass of wine in the same clothes that they went to work in at 7 a.m. Their boss told them to go up to the CEO of a random company and find out what they need. So they had to use these muscles of networking. And what did we do? We fought over who could memorize the Krebs cycle faster. So we do not have the skills. This may sound like a joke. It's so true. So when you go talk to the owner, say things, use words. The words you say will influence the success of your day. Oh, hey, Dr. Smith, it seems like a great office. I was just curious, why are you looking for an associate? And listen, bring a little notebook. Oh, my previous associate is moving across the country because her husband got into a medical residency. Great answer. We're really, really busy here and I want more time off. Orange flag answer. Okay. Here's another thing. I run dental. Is anyone familiar with dentistjobconnect.com? I run dentistjobconnect.com. You guys can all sign up. Okay. So I modeled this after care.com, not match.com. Online dating is very different than babysitters. So online dating is like buying a practice. Most people buy one. Most people don't have 8 or 9 boyfriends or girlfriends at the same time. I'll take 8 or 9 babysitters. I have 7 associates. So my point in saying this is, when my amazing babysitter moved to San Diego and we were hiring a new babysitter, who thinks it's my amazing babysitter, Morgan, our new babysitter, Molly. We're interviewing Molly, Paul and Mary Goodman. Would it be normal, raise your hand, if Molly said, hey guys, this seems like a good job. Could I talk to Morgan, who just moved across the country, because I want to make sure I'm like a really good babysitter for you and it's a good fit for me? Who thinks that's like a smart question for Molly to ask, right? Totally normal. If you were dating someone, okay, at the end of the first date, you're just like, hey, can I talk with your ex-boyfriend and see what it was like to date you? Who thinks that's pretty weird, right? It's not going to happen. That's an odd thing, right? So remember, you're an associate. It's care.com. You're taking care of the practice. You're amazing, but you're not marrying the practice. You're not even dating the practice, really. I know there are cases where you buy in. So ask to speak to previous associates. And if they don't let you, big red flag. I don't need any associates at this moment. I hope nobody's moving across the country tomorrow. But if Kenny, you wanted to work with me, I know you probably don't want to come to New Jersey, but just pretend you do. And you said, Paul, can I speak with any of your associates? Say, here's 5 of their numbers. Call them all right now. Anything you want. Who thinks I'm very transparent when I do that as an owner? Talk to any of them. Email them. I would love for you to talk to them. If I say, nah, you don't want to talk to them, it ended on bad terms, that's not a good answer. So asking to speak to the previous associate. Definitely observe for day in the practice before you take a job. I don't like working interviews. I don't like weird show up and do a root canal on a stranger, but say, hey, I'll wear scrubs. I'll sign your HIPAA release. I would love to see how this office operates during game day. I just want to share with you one of my favorite people, Julia Trong. Okay, Julia Trong's like 4 years out of school. Literally one of my favorite new dentists. She did Super Nest Boost Camp. So I did a 4-hour webinar called Dr. Nacho's Dating, How to Find a Job in the Real World. I put some dating questions in there, even though I turned it my babysitter now. So Julia listened to this on like the Uber on the way to her job interview. I give her credit, but it was a little late for her to do that. So when you text in Krebs to that number, text Krebs to 215-798-9897, you can watch all 4 hours. And it goes through every question to ask. Red flags. I've gotten so much amazing feedback on how great that's been. These are the 3 M's you're looking for: morale, mentorship, and money. The more money you make, the less mentorship there's likely going to be. So there are $300,000 positions. I'll just share with you. So I do run Dentist Job Connect. We have 140 positions right now. Who wants a position that pays them $250,000 a year, working 4 days a week, doing restorative dentistry, and so on? You want it? Okay. Okay, Russell, I see Russell there. Keep your hand up. Raise your hand. It's in Erie, Pennsylvania, in the middle of Pennsylvania. Who's cool with moving to Erie, Pennsylvania? Okay, one person raise your hand. So if you're geographically flexible, there's amazing jobs. I do want to share with you that there's a position 30 minutes from Dallas, Texas, for someone who places a lot of implants. They had to turn off their ad. They were getting too much attention from us. 25, 26 applicants. The New York City job has 25 applicants. They turned off the ad. They have too many people applying. The ones in Fargo, North Dakota, we're having a hard time finding any. So it's just to share with you that there is not enough practical jobs in many of the areas people want to work in. So the best way, make those BTL videos, get started early, start connecting people with early, or start connecting early in the process to give yourself the best chance. If you are geographically flexible, there are amazing opportunities out there, but your mental health matters too. So I don't recommend moving away from your friends and family to do a very stressful job all by yourself just because you think there's going to be a lot of money there. I do recommend treatment planning your own happiness. I'm not saying that you can't ever do that, but just make sure that you go and see the area, test it out. Dentistry is a very stressful job, so you do need to have things outside of your dental life to do, or you will totally go nacho nuts. So this is one of the stories of the star. I used my own invention Job Connect to find the awesome Dr. Alicia. One of our associates moved across the country during the pandemic to follow his wife. And now Alicia was there, just talking to her yesterday. So she's out of a GPR working with us. I work with my brother. And that to me is just the awesome part of being a practice owner, being able to bond together with other dentists. These are the 4 biggest decisions you are going to make in your dental career. I know the D4s, it might be passed, but who out there might be thinking, I don't know if I want to do a GPR. I might want to do a GPR. I'm not so sure. I'm a D1. What's the deal? So I'm going to tell you 2 quick stories. I do not want to do a GPR. This is a real story from Philadelphia, 2018, with the D3 that came to an event and was sponsored. Kenny came to an event sponsored by me last year with some of his awesome classmates. So I'm sitting there. This D3, Alana's like, I don't want to do a GPR. I could have just been like, cool, Alana, I'm just going to go get some fettuccine Alfredo for lunch. I don't know why it's CE courses. They're always serving 8,000 calorie meals for lunch, but they are. But I stood in there. I said, you know what? I'm going to annoy myself for Alana, right? There's no money in it for me. There's no anything in it for me, but I want to annoy myself to help Alana. So I said, hey, Alana, why don't you want to do a GPR? I want to go practice, blah, blah, blah. I said, why don't you just consider doing a GPR? It gets you so much experience in that 1 year. You're going to be glad that you did it. At least apply and look at different programs. So she did. This is her in dental school. She did a GPR in Pennsylvania. She got to place implants and she loved doing it. I'm placing implants, doing bone grafts, completing more endo in a week than I did my entire dental school career. I know I'm talking to a dental school that does a lot of procedures, which I think is awesome. A GPR is also, or AGD is about professional development. It's about working with other dentists. It's about treatment planning. It's about asking the right questions. So it's awesome to have a lot of clinical experience, but it's more than just clinical experience. But then one of your people, Jordan Souders. Anyone know Jordan Souders? He's one of my favorite young dentists. Him and I talked. He went to Midwestern. We talked 30 times his D4 year. Phone calls, DMs. Try like, do a GPR, Jordan. I think you'll like it. He's like, Paul, you know what? I'm not doing it. I'm like, okay, I'll still help you, right? So Jordan did not want to do a GPR. He wanted to get the best job possible. So I helped him through Job Connect get the best job possible for him. And this is him in the paper where he moved to Illinois with his young infant and wife to work in this dental practice. He's making well over $200,000 a year. I went to private practice. I was disappointed with the GPRs that I interviewed. How did you find it? He said, Dentist Job Connect. He did share, if you guys just look at this, because this is your life, not my life, it's your life. This is for you, this slide, not for Paul. I'm past all of this, but I'm here to help you with it. Please look at the upper right. Jordan Souders to Raheel, get a gig with mentorship. They're hard to find. You got to apply early and do lots of interviews. I was very fortunate. They're really great guys and had the ops and staff to teach me. I was confident in school, did a fair amount of work, but I'm still slow compared to them. I had my butt kicked since I've been out. Tim Ang is his practice owner there and have helped him. His secret to success was being geographically flexible. He took a big risk. He moved away and bought a house with his family and infant. For some of you, that's totally doable. For some of you, it's not. I'm not here to judge you in any way for that. I love Philadelphia. I hope you come live near me. We got great restaurants, but we did put a position on Dentist Job Connect a mile from where I'm sitting right now, and it got 12 applicants immediately. This position here, they were literally begging someone to come, even though it paid twice as much as the one in Philadelphia. So this is just important to recognize as a D1, D2, D3, D4 about the nature of life after dental school. This is my brother and I do think it's important. When I was giving this as the one, someone said, what do I wish someone told me in dental school? Comparing yourself to others, it stinks. You're living your own life. And no one really cares about you, honestly, besides your friends and family, and even your friends, they're busy. Don't worry what other people think of you. It's irrelevant. It's erroneous. No one's thinking. How often do you think of someone else? Barely ever. So you want to take a job making $150,000 a year close to your family, doing restorative dentistry because that's right for you? Do it. You want to take a job making $300,000 a year in Omaha, Nebraska, move there with your fiance because fiance works remote? Do it. But just go into it with eyes wide open, making the best decision for you. So you remember the first thing that I say, you remember the last thing that I say. Before I get to the last thing, the friend in your phone, that's a FIP. I talk about this. I don't know if you guys know Dr. Mark Costas. Anyone know Dr. Mark Costas, the dentalpreneur? He's one of my close friends, someone that I admire. Text him this morning about someone, our most recent podcast on the dentalpreneur. Someone just said to me, the one you did with Mark was great. It talked about all the tunnels in life. Mark said this, we have all these tunnels guiding us, but then when we get out of dental school in the real world, there's no more tunnels and we don't know where to go next. So if you go to the dentalpreneur and listen to our most recent podcast, so I would love to be your friend, a friend in my phone. So you can text this in, you'll be connected with me through our text platform, TextBurn, to get these advisors. I'm not quite done with the last thing I want to share with you, but I want to put this up there. If you don't have time to do it now, just take a picture of it. Take a picture of it, put it on Instagram stories. Tell people, text in. This gets advisors, it gets access to our content. You will be glad you have this list in your phone. You want access to all of our on-demand CE, unlimited for 30 days, do that. So before I finish up with my last thing we're doing a loops giveaway in this moment. This might not be on, we're probably not doing this loops giveaway 5 years from now, but my sponsor are doing a loops giveaway. If you guys can actually help me, what is the most popular brand of loops for dental students? I have Designs for Vision. I have, forgot my other brand that I have. Not Featherlight, but if you guys text in, if you guys put in the chat what brand you use, Q Optics, maybe I'll get Q Optics. I get $1,200 to put towards loops. I know loops are more expensive, Designs for Vision. So if you guys want to be in the loops giveaway for D4s and the current residents, feel free. So let me just get to the last thing that I want to say. You remember the first thing, you remember the last thing. But while I'm getting to the last thing, would anybody like to ask any questions in the chat? I'll be glad to answer anything about dental nachos, finding a job. Okay, so someone asked in there, why do I call myself Dr. Nacho? This was the origin of dental nachos. This is me and the moderator. She's now 8 years old at Elvez in Philadelphia. I hope you guys come to Philadelphia and eat Elvez with us. So I was on the street one day. Oh, we got a question. Hold on. Question's more important than me. What are some of the well-known GPR AGD programs? I'm so glad you asked this. Please type this in the chat for me, Joey. Does anyone know Jordan Brown? He's very fit. He's my friend. Jordan Brown is fantastic. I'm 45. He's like 30. Okay. So Albert Einstein was one that I went to. That's a good one, but I don't know as many as Jordan. So Jordan made a residency guide. Can someone type this in? If you text residency guide to this number, 407-305-3082, 407-305-3082. Someone could put that into the chat for everybody. That would be great. Let me just put this residency guide. This is Jordan's thing. It's his text number. And he made a whole breakdown of all these residency programs. So Albert Einstein in Philly's good, Philadelphia, VA. So what is Dental Nachos all about? It's like a Mr. Rogers neighborhood to decrease the dental school Hunger Games. Raya and the Last Dragon was a great movie that I saw with my daughters over the pandemic about everyone coming together and getting along. So it's helping people instead of tearing people down. It's making us all increase our success, decrease stress, reduce crying inside. It's about the 3 L's: learning, laughing, and being less annoyed together. I got a really nice comment, a DM the other day, so I can just go on Dental Nachos and I can ask a question. And I feel like somebody will answer that for me. And that's exactly what I wanted, a community for dentists to feel like someone has their back, to not feel what is one of the worst ways to feel. Someone did say the difference between a GPR and AGD, great question. GPRs are hospital-based, AGDs tend not to be hospital-based. GPRs tend to have rotations that I enjoyed, like emergency medicine, general anesthesia, things like that. AGDs tend to be totally dental focused. They both can be amazing for your career. So Dental Nachos is a Mr. Rogers neighborhood, a place where dentists can share more, care more, not tear each other down, high five each other, have uncomfortable conversations on debt. I mean, when people are like, Paul, is it worth it to go to dental school for $700,000? That's a really good question that doesn't have an easy answer. Who's paying for it? How are you paying for it? Do you want to be a dentist for 25 years? If you want to be a dentist for 3 years after dental school, it probably doesn't make sense to take out $700,000. So we have these questions. We answer these questions. We do the thing. The worst feeling that I believe in the world is to feel alone. And I created Dental Nachos as a way to help people feel less alone, feel like people care about them, develop that dental core of mind skills, hand skills, and word skills and heart skills. It is for us to all feel like people have our back. So ABC to FLA is the whole point of what I'm doing. And I'm going to ask you for my last 2 minutes, I can still save your question of it, is raise your hand if you're paying attention in this minute. If you can give me 2 minutes, raise your hand if you're paying attention. This has nothing to do with crown preps and everything to do with collaboration. This has nothing to do with the perfect taper, and this has everything to do with people. So you're going to remember the last thing that I say, and that's Rocco. And that's a Dental Nacho C event in 2018. And in the beginning of 2023, Rocco died by suicide. He was one of the most gregarious, outgoing guys that I know. I get chills just saying this. And I have no idea why or how he died by suicide. He was a practice owner. He had a partner. He had a family. And I'm not sitting here pretending that it's a dental thing. It's a dad thing. It's whatever thing. I don't know what happens inside other people's heads. But what I do know is the more we make each other feel like they're part of something, the less tearing down of each other we do as people, the better we can make things for everybody. So if you could go out there and maybe you need to get help, maybe you need to give help, maybe you need to ask for help. In my life, I've been all of these. I've needed to get help from others. I've been able to give help to others. I've asked for help. You never know who needs a slide like this at what point in time in their life. There's a suicide hotline, and I also found out recently there's a physician support line that's made up of volunteer psychiatrists to help dentists, medical doctors, and people who need help. So we can all take helping people super seriously without taking ourselves too seriously. I wish that dental school had less dental student hunger games and more dental student sharing games. There are a lot of good parts about dental school, and it's not easy to teach you to be a competent clinician, but they can infuse some of the EQ, emotional intelligence things into it. And I hope they do more of that. I hope that things like this make you feel like someone has your back, like somebody cares about you, like you could go to somebody for help and you can point other people in the right direction for help. It is a long career that can be awesome, aggravating, and exhausting. And I'm totally here to help you in whatever way you need. I truly appreciate your attention. You guys are an awesome, engaged group. I'm thrilled to high five you goodbye, answer other questions, figure out anything else you guys want to do, but I really appreciate this. This really flew by.